Hey folks, welcome to the Yogi Berra Museum. This summer I've had the opportunity to work in the Yogi Berra Museum in the Learning Center doing a project with high school students that I work with, but I've been here every day and haven't really looked around, so wanted to make sure that you guys saw it. If anybody has never been here, I highly suggest. So I'm already inside. The doors are there. It's open Wednesday through Sunday from 12 to 5, I believe. So let's start the tour. So when you walk in, you'll see the mitts and the pitching, and they have a donations box. And if you want to donate to the museum, it's 20222, and the price for this is $10 for adults, $5 for kids 5 and up, and $5 for seniors. This just helps keep everything preserved and the lights on. In the case, and of course the glass is etched on the back, so it's pretty neat. Out this window you can see Yogi Berra Stadium. The curtains are down right now, but you can see it, and they're even revamping it and putting new, looks like sand out there. Don't really know. So every few months they have a temporary exhibit. This right now it's the Billie Jean King exhibit. We'll get to that. So little advertisement. This is really neat. This is the baseball catcher's mitt. So in 1895, in 1905, in 1915, 1925, this one looks like a donut, in 1935, 1943, in 1949, and 1953. So by 1953, it looked a little bit more, but let's go to the other side. 1955, still looks like a donut to me. 1957, it was a solid piece of leather and a spiral along the edges. In 1958, 1960, Spalding's top of the line mitt. Looks pretty neat. 1962, 1978 starts looking like what I understand to be a baseball catcher's mitt. 1978, and 2016. Looks a lot different than the beginning. So, okay, back up. So this is the batter up section, and we're still in the main hallway. There's just so much. Babe Ruth, Yogi Berra, Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente, can't say that, Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, and Monet Davis. So it's pretty neat to see what they all look like, and that this one is bright orange. You know, I can only imagine what a bright orange bat would look like when Babe Ruth was doing it. And then baseballs that are signed. And now there's a timeline of, hey Kelly, there's a timeline of his life. So you can read all through the timeline. And then it continues over here. And it's pretty neat. It also talks a little bit about what's going on in history when it goes on. All around the museum, what I love is his quotes are everywhere. You've got to be careful if you don't know where you're going because you might not get there. I feel like all of my students need to read that one. Here they have a pitching. Don't pull on the net. Don't throw the balls outside the pitching area. Don't chase the balls. Don't touch the screen. Please do warm up arm before pitching. Cheer or heckle as appropriate. Have fun. And please remember, you can't imitate them. Don't copy them. And normally there is a screen, and you can throw they're like squishy balls at the screen, and try to get into the the catcher's mitt. This is in Montclair at the Yogi Berra Museum. So you stand here and you pitch. So what's cool is this is a learning center too. So as a great American success story, he wanted to also give students a place to learn, and not just about baseball, but everything. So he was number 8, so you'll see that all over the place. And these are just so cool. Okay. His family looks pretty neat. Um, Family, he was Italian, Fitz, New Jersey. He was always in Montclair, that's why the museum is here. Okay. Gives a lot of different things, statues, uh, the barn, which was opened in 1929. Yogi's father was a laborer during its construction, and Yogi took his wife there in the early dates. Okay. And some of the newspapers from back when he first started, it's hard to believe that this was so long ago, but everybody kind of knows him. So, and the Sandlot story, as so many kids have watched the movie Sandlot, it's interesting to see how it was. The outfits looked a little different back then. Um, he stayed out of trouble by playing sports. How many of my students have said that? I play sports, so I don't have to do anything else. I love this. You can't get much more New Jersey by having an Italians in pinstripes. Okay, Joe DiMaggio and Yogi Berra. So it helped change negative stereotypes as Italian Americans were arriving in big numbers, and now everybody in New Jersey seems to be Italian. He met his wife, their letters. It's so important to actually write letters, and I don't think anybody does that anymore, but it's pretty neat. He was a family man, and his family is still involved in the museum and helping to keep his mission on. He was a father of 3 boys. That's one of his mitts. He wasn't allowed on skates. And see, even he exercised in his off season. Some wonderful murals or early rejection. That's huge for people to understand that he wasn't selected the first time he tried out, but he was only 16. Imagine that. And the Yankees signed him for $90 a month to play for the Norfolk Tars. $90 a month. Wow. And then you can go through, and that's Derek Jeter. I can't do them all, but I can guess who some of these are. In World War II, it drastically changed America's pastime. Even baseball's biggest stars, Hank Greenberg, Bob Feller, and Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio, were drafted or volunteered for military service. All told, about 500 major leaguers and 5,000 minor leaguers joined the war effort. So it was pretty neat. Yogi was actually in the Navy. In 1944, Negro League's yearbook, which paid tribute to black players who were served in World War II. Everybody that has seen A League of Their Own, that would look familiar. Millions of women actually came together and they were playing, which was really cool because they had their own league. Some of the breaking barriers. So when he was younger, other teammates would tease him um, because he wasn't the most handsome one out there, and his speech, but he showed them right or wrong. He showed them up. Joe DiMaggio. I always think of the song when I hear Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle. Yeah, we'll come back to that. I feel like I missed the middle mentoring. Look at these masks. 1923, 1950, 1936. Protecting number 20, I don't know who that one is. And a 1930s cap. The team photo of the 1953 Yankees. Some of the baseball bats. The best part is I'm gonna post this so you can stop it, and if you, I'm trying to make it so you guys can read the stuff, but also definitely visit this Yogi Berra Museum in Montclair. Again, number 8, a hat, David Cohn's game hat, used from his perfect game on the Yogi Berra Day. World Series ticket, bucket of ice on an etched glass, and the bronze mitt used by Yogi to catch the 1951 World Series against the New York Giants and the 1952 World Series against the Brooklyn Dodgers. The Yankees won both. The giving back of Yogi spirit. A little bit about George Steinbrenner and how he forgave him. In 1999, Yogi remained consumed by baseball. He never got over it. He's a most quoted American. Um, Yogi didn't really say everything he said. At least that's what he always said. So around the museum are some of his quotes, and I've used some of them, and I didn't know it was from him. So it's definitely interesting. Mattingly and Berra. Marlins uniform by John Mattingly. An instruction book for young players written by Yogi in 1966. I would love to read that. Jeter and Yogi. He was definitely an ambassador for the game where people knew who he was and then fell in love with baseball because of him. Again, don't take the guided tour from me. I'm not the best at understanding all of this. I just think it's so neat and all the things that he did, and the fact that he wanted his museum to be a learning lab too for students to learn various things, not just baseball. Old Yankee and Shea stadiums are long gone and replaced by luxurious ones. Teeing off for charity. He liked to play golf too. It ain't over. Community giving back to help others is a huge, huge part of his legacy, as shown by me getting to work here with students. Sorry for my reflection on the glass. This is what his catcher's outfit looked like in the 1950s. Look at that. Imagine, I wonder if our catchers nowadays would go out in that outfit. Oh, this is so cool. Look at all these cool baseball cards. I know my kids try to collect some of these, and I don't really know what's what, but the Wheaties, when they had baseball cards in them, Bowman, Tops, new card, oh, Bazooka, always got the stale bubble gum. The Yankees had their own suitcase. And this is awesome. There's just a bowl, because it has horns, with signatures on it. And it's got all types of signatures on it. Yogi, of course. There's a program you can play. No, I'm not hitting the button. You know, for those of you that know me, are like, wow, she didn't hit a button once in her life. Going on to the next one. So there's also temporary exhibits, like I said, and these are Billie Jean King's. Got all the pictures. Tennis was her game, and all about the pictures and momentums. I love this. The planter's peanut. Fire extinguishers, they're impressive. Oh, this is cool. Somebody made her a crown with telephone, tennis balls on top of it. She dedicated her whole life to equal rights and opportunities. Oh, I like that one. Pressure is a privilege. Those are my students upstairs making a lot of noise. Because, again, learning lab and the museum's closed, so I get to do this. I'm taking this match very seriously. I love to win. I welcome the responsibility and the pressure. Bobby had to be ready. Billie Jean King was a champion, an activist, and a legend. And this is the front where you come in again, and there's seats from a stadium. But along this wall, there's all the colors. New York City's Golden Boys, 76 baseball portraits between 1946 and 1960. And then the restrooms are down this. But you also see the paintings of the stadiums. And the girls' room is right there. There's a quote from Billy Crystal. New York City's Golden Boys. A little bit about them. Anticipated both by fans and players, the 1946 campaign. It was the magical era from 1946 to 1960. And over here, we have more of Billie Jean King. I love the film strip photos. There's a little souvenir shop that helps also fund back into the museum. Some books, love it. This is so cool. This is the Yankee Stadium. When you come in here, look at this banner. It's so Yankee. This is a little auditorium where you can watch films. Cool little background. You watch up there. And then up here is all the pennants. And the Yankees World Champ banner from 1951. And then back out we go. I love everything interactive. And Yogi Berra character matters, and Billie Jean King, champion activist, so you can write post-it notes and post them. And Yogi Berra was a cultural icon. Love it. Cultural icon. Inspired creation of another cultural classic, Yogi Berra, in 1958. Up these stairs is the learning area. So we're not going up there right now. But some cool advertisements that he did. More Billie Jean King. I love this. The post, those drawings just really stick with me. And the curious come down of Joe Louis. Basketball heading another scandal. Complete 1958 Major League Baseball. So this was a cover of a magazine also. And there's the other side of it. The other Yogi Berra Stadium. Or excuse me, the other Yogi Berra. What they say in the dugouts. And a view of Yogi Berra Stadium. It's pretty neat that I get to be in here and see all of this. And of course sharing it with you guys. I did get permission to share it with you guys. And we want more people to come and see all this cool stuff. So that's him. And it looks like there's a pet duck. I need to ask more questions about that pet duck. There's a playbill. Nobody don't like Yogi. The drink of champions, which is Yoo-hoo. My kids would be down. I love movies. If I like them, Yogi at the movies. The Yogi book. I really didn't say everything I said. And the Yogi Berra cartoon. And the pitch cat. My students are upstairs working on something called Rube Goldberg's. So if you hear it in the background. And then let's just look at these. That one's Gary Grant and Doris Day, The Touch of Mink. The Yogi Berra on TV, How to Catch. I think Beetle is losing his argument with Sarge. As Yogi Berra said, it ain't over till it's over. It's over. Yogi Berra and Friend. A cartoon. Everyone I know drinks Miller Lite, and if they don't, I probably don't know them. That's kind of funny. And you can hear my students as I get closer or breaking things on accident. what the Empire said to me. So, yeah. Yeah. I hope you guys liked this. It was fun to take a tour of the Yogi Berra Museum, show you the stadium as a work in progress. We are on the Montclair University campus, and if you're around or local, come and join. There's a lot of reading, but you can read, and I believe they have tour guides that can help you out. And oh, I don't know how I missed this, but thank goodness for sports. If they didn't exist, I don't know what I'd do with my tremendous natural ability. And Miss Lucy, dear Billie Jean, this is the last time I'm going to ask you, will you play mixed doubles with me at Wimbledon? Okay. So again, thank you. Please share this. That way more people can come and visit and help us with more programs here for more students and keep this memory alive. Have a wonderful day, guys.